Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Okay, so you've probably seen the thumbnail, XLM to 100K. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to give you the reasons why I think XLM is going to explode and why I think it's going to happen very soon. So let's go back into history for XLM and see what's been occurring. So what I see in Elliott wave terms is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we've got 5 clear waves to the upside. Now, generally speaking, that's very bullish. And ever since we've had this rise up in price, which has been astronomical, um, so from the bottom to the top, it's 65,000%. We've been consolidating since January 2018, which is just after this meteoric rise. And to me, it looks like bullish consolidation. So if we go into simple technical analysis, we can see that we've got um, almost like a flag type structure. And we can go from the bottom to the top here, and we can draw our pole, and we'll put that in the same color. So here's our pole. We can place that here, and now we've got a contracting triangle. Okay, so this looks like a series of ABC corrections within this triangle. And what I mean by that is that we've got this A, B, C. We've got another A, B, C here. And it looks to me like we've got this A, B, and C. Probably got 5 waves in the C leg somewhere. Okay, that doesn't really matter. We've just got a series of A, B, C's. So we've got 3 waves, and 3 waves. Okay, there's no clear 5 wave structures in any of this, unless you look here and you've got a very small, hard to tell possible 5 wave structure, but it's much clearer as ABCs. Okay, so we'll draw this. That's going to be our pole. Get rid of these, clean it all up. And you're probably thinking, right, I'm here to find out why XLM is going to 100K. Well, we'll come back to that in 1 second. The other chart that I want to show you is the ETH Bitcoin chart. Okay, so this chart is what you would look at to give yourself an idea of where altcoins are going and why it might be a good time to get into altcoins rather than Bitcoin. Okay, so for this chart, I'm going to go on to the daily, and I'm going to look here. Okay, so this rise in price action, which was around summer of 22, this was a pretty clear 5 wave impulse to the upside. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, after 5 waves, and particularly with altcoins, you will get a very prolonged correction phase. And we've been in a correction for almost 2 years now. And that corrective phase will be an ABC. So that's your A leg, that's your B leg, and we're looking to complete the C leg now. Okay, so we can actually measure this. We can go from the top of wave 5 down to the A wave, and then we can draw our box somewhere around the 1 to 1.27 Fibonacci zone. Okay, so we can get our box, we can go right across here, we can go all the way along. Okay, and that's going to be our buy box for altcoins. And this is the box that I've been monitoring for a long time, been looking at it on the 3-day chart mainly. And with this C leg, it looks like we've got 1, 2, probably 3 down here, 4, and this is more likely to be the 5th leg, which would then complete our C leg. Okay, we can also look at it like this, so that we can go 1, 2, so the B leg is our second wave, and this then becomes our third wave, and we're finishing off for our fifth. Okay, so it's a crashing structure for the altcoin market. So Ethereum's value versus Bitcoin, and any altcoin price action would be directly linked to the ETH Bitcoin charts. Okay, so what can we take from this chart? Well, we already know that we're in this green box. So we've been waiting for this green box for since September 22, okay, from when we finished the fifth wave. So that's a long time. So that's, yeah, just over a year. At some point, I would expect that we bounce from this zone. And after a 5-leg impulse to the upside, you can expect another 5 legs. But when you look at it on the higher time frame, you can also say that there is another contracting triangle. Okay, so then we have a couple of options. Either we're going to do something like this, going to come up, and we're going to then do another drop back, and then we're going to go for it, or we just break out. Okay, now if that does happen, if we are going to have more consolidation within this triangle, then this is going to turn into an A, B, C, D, E structure, okay? Which is another series of ABCs, and this is what it's going to look like. So we've got ABC, which makes your A wave. We've got another ABC and another ABC, and then we would get another ABC to the upside, another ABC to the downside, and then we would go. Okay, but that's not guaranteed. We could just break out of here. Usually I say with triangles you want to aim for about 70%. So when we get to about 70% of the entire triangle, we want to look for a breakout, and that's around about now. So I'm monitoring what altcoins are going to do now. I'm more interested in altcoins than I am with Bitcoin, and this is why. Expecting a breakout around the 70%, and if we have a look, we can actually measure that. We'll do it date times, so that would be more or less the end of the triangle, and 70% is going to be around about there. Okay, so yeah, so that's the ETH Bitcoin chart. We'll go on to XLM versus Bitcoin, and also XLM versus Ethereum. And we're going to zoom in to the weekly chart. And what can we see? Well, this is a bullish structure. So with Ethereum, we're creating a flag structure, okay? So it's flagging, and that's generally considered a bullish structure, okay? If this was inverted, that would be a bear flag. So we'd think, right, okay, so waiting for it to break down. But it's not. This is a bullish structure. We can also have a look at Bitcoin on the weekly, and we see the same kind of structure. Okay, this is considered a very bullish setup. So waiting for a breakout on Stellar versus Bitcoin, and also Stellar versus Ethereum. This is more confirmation for why I think that Stellar price can really explode imminently. And now we're going to move back to the US dollar. We're going to use Coinbase for this. Let me just move this out of the way. So going back to the USD chart, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive wave to the upside. We have a series of ABC corrections, and if you have a look closely, we've got potentially 3 ABC corrections in place. So on the higher time frame, this would then become an A, B, C, and then potentially either this then becomes a D and this is an E, or we have to come up higher and E comes in somewhere like that. Okay, so this then becomes D, and this then becomes E. But I don't think so. I think there's very good a chance that this could be D and this could be E, and that we break out a lot quicker. Okay. Again, with the previous chart, this looks to be about 70% of the length of this triangle, and we can extend it a little bit more. But to me, that looks like it's a good proportion. So with targets, you're probably thinking, right, okay, why do you think that that Stellar is going to go to 100k? Well, let me just show you one thing. I'm just going to add more. And the first thing you're going to say is, oh, that's why. That's the problem with Stellar is that it, like any other altcoins, they don't follow particular fib levels. Okay, so if we take it from the top here, look, and we go down to the bottom, there's two scenarios that we can do. Okay, so we can measure it. If we put the fib levels onto log scale, it gives us two scenarios. One is that it's going to, well, 100k, just shy of 100k, and two, if we use the extension, it's going to all of these millions and gazillions in terms of price. But yeah, I don't think so. There is potential that it's going to go to 100k, but yeah, this I don't think so. If this is the first wave, then on the higher time frame, this is your first wave, as in the primary degree. This then becomes your second wave, and your third wave should be at least up there. Okay, then you get your fourth, and then you get your fifth. Now, if Stellar XLM breaks the 1.618 on log scale, then that's considered an impulsive move, and these 5 waves then become your minor waves. These are just a correction. Let's take those out. Do bear with me, because I will show you exactly why it's going to go a lot higher. But this is your second wave, and then we've got a contracting triangle, which is your corrective phase. The third wave is the biggest and most impulsive. Okay, so on the fib targets, you can do the fib levels based on log scale, and you can do it without. Okay, so just standard fib levels. But look at the proportions. If we do that, the whole structure does not look correct. The target here, it's just not high enough for a third wave, because you've got your first wave here, you've got your second wave here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The third wave has to go higher. So if I don't use it on log scale, it doesn't work. So I think the minimum price for XLM is going to be around $1,000, but I don't think that that's going to be it. I do think that we're going to see a fourth wave, and within proportion, we could easily get a fifth wave that will take us up to 100k, because this is still going to be your most impulsive wave, and it's still going to be your biggest wave. Okay, so the third wave can't be the smallest wave. It doesn't mean that the fifth wave can be bigger. It just means that the first wave has to be the smallest, or the fifth wave has to be the smallest. Okay. So if we were going to do that, that would be, let's say it's a long position. Let's say we're longing it from here. That's going to be around 600,000% up here. Okay, so we'll measure that as well. from the bottom to the top. Massive money. So yeah, 300,000%. It's just different. But what I'm trying to say is $1,000 is very possible. Okay, within this structure, because of what the structure is, that XLM has printed. Now, is it possible that we could do this? Yeah, it is possible. But if we do that, then instead of it coming up here to the 1.618, we're then going to come down lower. And our target would be $223. So it's still a huge move, because then that becomes a bigger ABC. So instead of this triangle, we just get an ABC like that, because we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. So this is what I'm thinking. I do think that at least we can come into this zone here, anywhere here. Okay, so worst case scenario, $4, $23, or $223. Okay, that's if we do this correction. If the correction is already over and we start pumping, then $1,000 is very achievable. And people think, well, you know, supply issues, you know, it's 50 billion XLM. There's no way, it's not possible. Well, anything's possible, and the chart tells you that it's possible. I think it's a case of whether you believe that it's possible or not. But this is not a bearish chart. This is in no way giving signs that the price is going to crumble. But that's just my thoughts. After if this becomes a third wave, I think a lot of people will get trapped around probably these levels where the all-time highs are. And I think that's going to be the same with XRP. A lot of people are going to try and sell $10, and I think they'll get left behind. But certainly, this is the zone I'm looking for. I'm looking for the third wave to break the 1.618, and everybody sells at around $3, $5, something like that, and they just truly get left behind. Because that's all you see with these gurus, people that think they know XRP and XLM and all these other coins. They tell you that it's going to $1,000, but they don't believe that it's going to $1,000. They're just trying to get you to buy their bags so that they can sell at $3 or $4 or $5. A lot of people that have been waiting all these years to sell their XRP at $8, $9, $10, $13, they will sell at those prices, and they will think, I've won that. Let's let it all dump, and I'll buy it back at 30 cents, 50 cents, a dollar. Clever me. But I think they're going to really get wrong-footed in this market, and I truly believe that XLM and XRP, they're going to be up into the $1,000 very soon. I think it will be happening in a blink of an eye. Yeah, a lot of these people are going to get left behind. So that's my thoughts on XLM. I hope you enjoyed that. I've tried to keep it really simple. I haven't tried to complicate things. If you fancy coming over and trying Mr. Million.club, you can come over to our Slack, and you can visit our website and join our members over there. This is the sort of thing that we talk about. We do daily trade signals, we do market watch and things like that. But other than that, please do like this video and subscribe, and I'll get some more content out very soon. Thank you.